Have you been told you have PCOS, but no one really explained what it actually means? Or worse, you have left the doctor's office with more questions than answers. You are not alone. PCOS affects 1 in every 5 women in India, and yet it remains one of the most misunderstood and misdiagnosed conditions. And I'm here to change that. Welcome to my PCOS series, a safe, supportive space where we'll decode PCOS together. Hi, I am Dr. Zainab Tajir, a fertility-focused homeopathy practitioner, and in this series, we'll explore real, practical, science-backed solutions to help you heal your PCOS naturally. This is episode 1, and we are starting right at the root. Let's understand what is PCOS, what causes it, and what types and symptoms you should know about it. PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome, but don't let the name confuse you. You don't need to necessarily have cysts on your ovaries to have PCOS. It's actually a hormonal and metabolic disorder that affects how your ovaries function. So in simple terms, your ovaries may not release eggs regularly. So you do not necessarily ovulate, and your body may produce more male hormones like androgens, which can lead to symptoms like acne, facial hair, and irregular periods. That brings us to the next obvious question. What causes this PCOS? PCOS doesn't have one single cause, and here are some root factors that we often see. Firstly, genetics. They have a huge role to play, and PCOS can run in families. Secondly, insulin resistance, which is one of the most common cause. When your body doesn't respond well to insulin, it can lead to excess androgen production. The third cause is chronic inflammation. So low-grade inflammation over time, it disrupts your hormonal balance. Also, post-pill PCOS. So for someone who's been taking oral contraceptive pills or birth control for a long time, once stopped, women temporarily experience PCOS-like symptoms. And also the most important one is your stress and lifestyle. These can worsen the symptoms by disrupting your cortisol and your other hormones. So understanding the cause can help you take back control in your hands. Now you might be wondering, how do I even know if I have PCOS? Let's talk about the symptoms. PCOS doesn't look the same for everyone, which is why it's often missed. But here are some of the most common signs that we see in our clinical practice. Firstly, irregular or missed periods. You can get periods every 15 days, or you can miss them for months. The irregularity looks very different for everyone. Also, we have a lot of women who have regular period cycles but don't necessarily ovulate in them. So difficulty in ovulation or anovulatory cycles are second most important symptom of PCOS. Thirdly, you might have acne and oily skin. The most common one that we know is facial hair or hirsutism, and also increased hair fall or thinning of hair on your scalp. You can also have weight gain or difficulty in losing that weight. Fatigue, mood swings, anxiety, also dark patches on your skin, especially around your neck or your underarms, which is called the acanthosis nigricans, are some of the most common symptoms that we see. So you may have all of these, or you might just have one or two. And that is the reason why the diagnosis requires a very careful approach. Also, did you know there are actually 4 types of PCOS? I have an entire video that goes into detail of each one of these. You can check that video here, but let me tell you in short. So the most common one is insulin resistant PCOS. It is linked with sugar cravings, belly fat, fatigue, and acne. The second most important one is inflammatory PCOS, which is rooted in chronic inflammation. So you need to watch for fatigue, brain fog, or joint complaints. The third one is a post-pill PCOS, which is often seen after stopping hormonal birth control, and it is a very temporary condition and can resolve naturally. And the fourth one is adrenal PCOS, which is caused by an overproduction of the hormone DHEAS, and this is often linked to chronic stress. Knowing your type of PCOS is the first step in assisting you with its healing. So PCOS is not just about periods or cyst. It is a full body condition that needs a full picture approach. Now that you know what PCOS is, what causes it, and what are the different types, in the next episode, we'll talk about how to get diagnosed properly and what tests you actually need, because most women aren't tested for the right things. So make sure to hit subscribe, turn on the notifications, and join me on this healing journey. Comment below and tell me, when were you diagnosed with PCOS and what was that experience like for you? If you found the video helpful, share it with your PCOS girlies, and I will see you next week.